Welcome to today's episode of Make Today Mammoth, where we are helping business owners, coaches, and consultants be able to rapidly grow and scale your business and to be able to build freedom into your life and to be able to bring your friends and your clients and your family along with you. Welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the most ironic twist of business, which is when we are following the lead of a bunch of the best people in our industries, it winds up leading to usually just terrible failures in our own business. We call this the Frankenstein business, and I'm going to explain it to you right now. So when we're beginning, we're all looking for that way to be able to begin getting success. We're looking for whatever is that path. I'm speaking directly from experience here, right? Like when I was beginning, I was looking for the path. I'm looking for, how do I make this work? I came from a very successful offline sales business where I was able to be a top salesperson in the country, and then became a director of commercial sales, and then owned a company, then owned a second company, sold them both, and then decided, hey, I want to take all this stuff online and just make loads of money. And then for the first couple of years, I just couldn't figure out how to make a dollar. So I'm looking and I'm searching and I'm trying this and I'm trying that. And I'm just, I've literally tried 100 different things. And at some point you're like, what is happening? So I did what I see so many people do, is we go out looking for the other successful people, right? We're seeing, what is this top iconic person doing, and this big speaker, and this big conference leader, and this big webinar person, and this person who has this ball and podcast this and YouTube show that. And I began taking these little pieces of this. Oh, they do this, and here's their business, and here's their business. So I took all of these bests from all of these people, right? Like all of these like top-notch, world-class, like iconic international figures. And I'm thinking, well, if I do it like he does it, and do it like she does it, and do it like he does it, and I'm taking all of these bests, how can I not be wildly successful? Here's the problem. And here's the problem for almost every business owner that I've come across. We wind up building what I call a Frankenstein business. That Frankenstein business is it's almost like a patchwork quilt, that we're taking this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece. And unfortunately, you can take the best pieces of all of these businesses, much like Frankenstein. You can take the best pieces from all these different people. But unfortunately, then we put all of them together and we get Frankenstein. So the problem becomes that despite us taking these pieces, the piece, guess which piece is missing, which I find to be the most important, and which I think you'll find to be the most important as well, is you. We enter into this time of our life because we're not trusting ourselves yet. We're not trusting ourselves because we just don't have any evidence to support why we should trust ourselves. We haven't done X dollars in sales. We don't have the X size business. We don't have 5 or 10 or 25 people working for us. We're not traveling the world. We don't have all this great stuff. We don't have the expensive car with the great home and, all of these other things going on yet. We're just trying to figure out how to do business and how to do this thing well and how to serve people and help people. But unfortunately, oftentimes the struggles are such that we just don't trust ourselves. So we begin looking outside, of course, of ourselves. We begin looking for, this person who has 1 million subscribers, this person who's done 20 million in sales, this person who's done this and done that. And unfortunately, what we wind up doing is creating a lot of, and I know for me, it created a lot of incongruency. And what I mean by that was that I felt like I wasn't me. And that was the biggest problem for me, despite thinking I was bringing the energy of this person and the wit of this person and the craft of this person and the knowledge of this person and the drive of this person. None of it was me. So I felt very incongruent. So when I would do a video, when I would create a page, when I would start to, try to figure out what's this training, what's this day, what's this week going to look like, what's this members area going to look like, and it began not being me, I couldn't do it. And it caused a ton of conflict because I was busy being everybody else. I was busy trying to act like everybody else, speak like everybody else, think like everybody else, present like everybody else, but it wasn't me. So this Frankenstein business I created struggled because I was busy taking all of these best from everybody else, but it lacked me. Here is what I suggest for you to do, is that you're going to run into a couple things as we're growing and as we're wanting to get ourselves bigger and better. We are so often going to begin to look outward, of course, expectedly so, right? Finding these models, these mentors, these people that we can begin to kind of, copy and model and see these different things that they're doing. And what I found to be the case is this was the time to go much deeper. This was the time for me to really dig into who I was, what mattered to me, what filled me up, what really, like the passion piece, right? The purpose piece. I don't care what they do. Like, what do I do really well? How do I get to show up? Even if the evidence isn't there yet, don't hold yourself short in thinking that you're not awesome at doing your thing, that you're not incredible at it. You just haven't figured out a way to make it work online, or you just simply haven't given it enough time. See, I was at one point in time literally the number one salesperson in the country. And then after not being able to make things work and not being able to sell my online this or that in the very beginning, I began doubting, well, was I really a good salesperson? Like, am I really good at sales? Was that a farce? Was that luck? What happened? Because I can't do it now. Really unhealthy shit, right? Like I began to actually doubt the thing that I was really great at. And I began to really reduce these things that really are super important. But at the time, again, all I could do was look at the number of downloads or the visitors or the sales or the bank account. So I just discounted everything. But things like being good at connecting with people, being good at caring about people, being good at asking really deep penetrating questions, being good at being able to evaluate what the things that they were performing and doing in their marketing, in their sales, what it was that they were doing too much of, what it was they were doing too little of, why, chasing around 3, 4, 5 different avatars was diluting, why having 10 different offers and 10 different programs was the thing killing their business, on and on and on and on. So what I encourage you to do is step away from here. And if you're finding yourself that you're not growing the way you want to, you're not thriving the way you want to, your bank account doesn't look the way you want it to, your business isn't going the way you want it to, there's a few overriding things that you're going to hear me say a whole lot. And I hope that they sink in and that you can really use these things. And a few of them are this. Number one, just despite not having that evidence, don't talk yourself out of the fact that, like, if you're a really friendly person, that's a great thing. Not everyone's really friendly. If you're really good at connecting with people, that's great. If you're really good at being a connector of other people, that's amazing. If you're really good at helping to uplift others and give them motivation and inspiration and drive, that's really, really good stuff. If you're able to evaluate what it is that you're doing, if you're able to take a look at what other people are doing and take a look at numbers, at data, at patterns, at analytics, and really be able to decipher what's happening behind the scenes, these are all things that can be really, really powerful pieces. But sometimes we'll doubt ourselves because we look at this evidence or lack of evidence that just isn't true. That's number one. Number two, remember, as we're modeling all these other people, we're doing that top of the iceberg thing, right? At the end of the day, all that we're taking, all that we're modeling from them, borrowing, copying, stealing, whatever it is, that we're just getting that tip of the iceberg piece. So we're getting the 5 or 10% that we believe makes them then, but really the thing that makes them is that 95% of the iceberg that's under the water that we just can't see. The experiences, the histories, the things they've already tried, all of the clients they've worked with that didn't work out, the clients they did work with that worked out, the failed partnerships, the working partnerships, the money lost, the money gained, the investment that went up in flames, the investments that worked out. All of these things and all of these reasons why things work and why their entire business in totality has grown to be the thing that it is. So now when we try to take that 5 or 10% that we see, Now we're just taking just a fraction of what really built them to be able to be the high production machines that they are today, to have these successes. And that last piece is really about just trust in the congruency of you. Like, build up that piece that says, I'm going to believe in myself, and I'm going to create reasons to believe in myself. And that comes through integrity. So I'm going to build integrity for me. Rather than having a Frankenstein business that has all of these different things in it, I'm going to believe in me. I'm going to build integrity from the inside out. So when the alarm goes off, I'm going to get up. When I'm supposed to drink my lemon water, I'm going to do that. My green juice, my healthy breakfast, my meditation, my yoga, my journaling, my exercise, my walks, the 50 emails, the 10 phone calls, the whatever that is, we're going to do these things, and we're not going to allow days to go past where we don't complete our tasks. That allows us to build integrity. You do the things you say you're going to do for you. Do that for 50 days. Do that for 100 days. You become bulletproof. You will become Superman or Superwoman, because now you are absolutely trusting yourself. Once you get to this place of trusting in yourself, now suddenly, as you're building your business, you're going to begin to see these different results and understand you don't need the Frankenstein business. All you needed was the integrity in you. I'm going to show up and do the things I say I'm going to do. I'm going to trust in the fact that I am great at doing a few of these things. And maybe in 10 days or in 30 days or in 6 months or whatever it is, as I'm starting a business or starting to grow it, I'm not getting the exact result that I want to get, but that's because you've been doing it for too short a time. We're all wanting to get these results that are just so short. Give yourself a little bit of time and watch what will happen with consistency day over day over day. Friends, avoid the Frankenstein business at all costs. It killed me for over a year, just left me stagnant. And I don't want you to just throw away a year when you can dig down and go into you. So friends, once again, Dallas Hardcastle, thank you for joining us here today. If this was something that you liked, feel free to please to share it. If you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing. If you want to leave us a review, consider doing that as well. And as always, we appreciate you. We hope you are going to make today just mammoth, my friends. And I look forward to seeing you again here soon. Take care.